In this video, I will be discussing some of the essential things that you need to keep track of in Google Search Console and Analytics. So I will be going through the Google Search Console and Analytics account of bloggingx.com, right? If you have multiple websites, then you need to choose the relevant property here to view the console reports. So you can see here you have a sidebar and it is categorized as performance. These are performance related reports and index related reports. Like for indexing your blog post, if there are any coverage issues, sitemap issues or removal issues, then you can track them here. And you have enhancements for enhancing your SEO, right? By focusing on website speed, mobile usability and much more. And you have security and manual actions to know whether there are any penalty on your site by Google, or if there are any security issues, is there any malware or any hacking issue on your site. And also here you can access legacy tools and reporting features that Google Search Console had when it was Google Webmaster Tools. And you have links and settings. So the main things that you need to know here, I'm not going to dive in deep into each and every feature that Google Search Console and Analytics will offer you. It's not logical for me to cover everything here. So you need to keep track of only the essential things, okay? Later down the lane, like when you are doing some advanced conversion rate optimization or advanced tracking for e-commerce or whatever, then you can make use of essential features, right? So when it comes to blogging perspective, so these are all the most important things that you need to look into. So the first one is search results. So you can see how many clicks that people have made to my site on Google search results over a period of time. Okay, this many people, 6.91 million people have saw my site on Google, and out of which 120k people clicked on it. Okay, and average position is 34.4. It has tracked almost all the keywords for which I'm even ranking in top 100 position. Okay, so these are all the top keywords that are driving traffic for my site. And here I can go to pages and I can view the top pages which are driving a lot of traffic for my site, and also the top countries and top devices, search appearance, dates, and much more. So I can also head over to Discover and see in the last 3 months how many clicks that my site has got on Discover section of Google. Okay, and here you have index coverage. So you can see 380 valid pages have been indexed on Google, and 20 pages have some warning, so that I can fix these warnings like redirect errors or there, server errors not there, but warning index though blocked by robots.txt. So I can just revisit this and see if there are any issues that are resolvable on my end. And these are all some of the pages that are excluded by my robots.txt text. I just need to see whether there are any important content that is being excluded by my server configuration to be indexable by Google. Like normally this won't be really an issue, but still you need to keep an eye on this, right? Whether there are any important pages excluded or throwing any errors in the eyes of Google. And you have sitemaps. I showed you how to set up sitemap by making use of rank math, right? Sitemaps help your SEO to be good, and it helps Google to discover new content on your site, right? So rather than coming to your site and discovering new content, it straightly heads over to your sitemap and see whether there is any new content on your site. So you need to make sure that the status is success here, and there should be some discoverable URLs on your sitemap so that Google will be effectively be able to crawl your site and discover the new URLs or content on your site. And if there are any removal issues that you have, then you can track them as well. Like if you want to remove any article out of Google, so you can track them. And here Core Web Vitals, you can be pretty sure whether your mobile user experience is good in the eyes of Google. Yeah, Google is quite strict when it comes to Core Web Vitals. Like it's very, very hard for you to make these all green, right? So you need to make sure that there are no poor URLs. Okay, there should be URLs that need improvement, or they should be good, right? Of course you need to target for having the green symbol, that is good URLs. As of now, there are many pages. According to Google, I need to improve the page speed, but I won't worry about that because I know that my page speed is pretty good. But Google is pushing their AMP technology by making this strict. I don't know, right? So, and you have mobile usability as well. So for mobile usability, 314 of my pages are all good. There are no issues. And you have breadcrumbs, FAQs, logos. Those are advanced schema markup. Those are not essential features, but nice to have. Okay. And as I showed you in the last video, you need to also keep an eye on manual actions tab. So like when you encounter any loss in traffic, then the first thing that you need to do is just check whether Google has imposed any penalty or manual action on your site. So if you are following the best SEO practices and not into black hat link building like PBNs and all, you will be good to go, I guess. And you have security issues section here in case if your website has been hacked, then you will be able to see this here. So security issues will not be an issue if you are with a good host, with good malware scanning, backup measures, and you are not using any nulled plugins or themes, right? So, and you have legacy reports. That's of no use, at least for me, right? So you have settings for managing the people who have access to your Search Console account and all those things. The main thing that you need to keep track of on a day-to-day basis is search results. So here you will be able to see what are all the queries that are driving traffic to your site, right? So this report you will not get with Google Analytics, right? You used to get it in 2015 and before, but now it's not visible in Google Analytics due to privacy regulations. And please do note that these queries are updated every 2 days delayed because of privacy issues. Okay. And yeah, this is about Google Search Console. Hope you got some clarity regarding Google Search Console and what it helps you to analyze. Okay. And another thing that you need to take a look at here is URL inspection, or right here, right? So I can enter in any of my URL. Okay. So I can just enter in whatever URL, like say blog outline. Okay. So I can just hit enter, and it is now crawling this URL and getting data from Google Index. So this URL is on Google. Okay. If you have changed anything in this URL and you need to inform Google immediately that the page has been changed, then you can request indexing. But most of the times you don't need to do this unless the need is emergency. Okay. So like down the line, Google will eventually recrawl this URL and figure out the changes. If there are any changes, no need to do this. And you have coverage, submitted and indexed, and the sitemaps. There is presence of this URL in these sitemaps, and crawl allowed, yes, and everything is green, and page is also mobile friendly. Okay. Yeah, these are all the basics of Google Search Console. And the next one is Google Analytics. So this is the most important tool that you will be keeping an eye on. Okay, so this tool helps you to know exactly what number of people are there on your site and how they're browsing, what traffic you have received over time, how long they have stayed on your pages, and much more, right? So here you can see there are 6 active users right now on Blogging X. That's really good. And there are 2 active users on my this blog post, and on this blog post there is 1 person. So you can view the real-time report under home, and you have Google Analytics home that lets you know in the past 7 days how many people have visited my site and how many sessions have they resulted in, and also the bounce rate of the people who are visiting my site. Bounce rate means what percentage of people are visiting my site and just exiting just by visiting one page. So as you can see, out of 100 people, 80 people who visit my site just visit one page and just exit my site, right? So 80% is decent enough. Don't have it like 95%. Okay. At least 20% of your people need to be visiting more than one page on your site. And you have session duration. These many sessions or users are visiting my site, right? Out of this, on average, if one visitor visits our site, he's spending 1 minute 11 seconds reading the content. That's pretty good considering this as a blog, right? So you have real-time reports here. So you can see on real time how many people are viewing our content from what locations. You can see there are 5, 1 from United States. I'm recording this video in the morning, so maybe if I from India, if I record this video at night, I can see more United States visitors. Okay, so yeah, there are 8 visitors here right now, and you have traffic sources from where they have come to visit my site. You can see organic 5, direct, the people who have visited my site by directly entering Blogging X on browser address bar, or 2, right? And you have content, events, conversions as well, right? So this is the real-time report, and here you have audience, right? So you can discover your audience demographics, what's their age, what's their gender, right? Over time, you can select a time here, and you will be able to see on what days how many people visited our site and their age breakup. And you can see most of the people who are visiting my site are between 18 to 34. That's expected, right? In that age group, people are interested in blogging. And you have gender report as well, and you have interest report, so that you will be able to discover what are all the other interests of the people who are visiting my site. So the people who are visiting my site are shoppers, that's good, and those are technophiles, that are technology lovers, and they're also looking for media or entertainment. Like, you will be able to discover their other interests as well. And you have geo reports, from what location or from what language people are visiting. Okay, you can go to location tab here, and you can see like almost India and United States are the leading traffic drivers for Blogging X. That is actually good. And you have behaviors tab, so new versus returning. Okay, it means that out of 100 people visiting my site, 12% of the people are returning visitors. Then it means that 12% of the people are actually coming to my blog even after they're visiting for the first time. Okay, and you have many other reports here. So the important ones, you can discover what browser were they using when visiting your site, what network, AT&T or Verizon, or what network are they using, and acquisition. So here you can go to all traffic and see what are all the channels from which you are getting your traffic. So you can see 86% of my traffic is from organic search, and direct traffic 918. That means these people are directly entering Blogging X in search bar and entering my site, and 217 from referral, and social 87 in the last 7 days. Okay, and you have source and medium, referrals, what sites are referring you traffic. You can see Neil Patel, Bloggers Passion, YouTube. These are all the sites that are referring me good amount of traffic. And you have Google Ads if you are running Google Ads, and Google Search Console. Like, you can integrate Google Search Console with Google Analytics, so that all your queries that is reported by Google Search Console will be reported right inside of Google Analytics. Okay, and you have social campaigns. So the main section you will be keeping an eye is behavior, right? So you can head over to the overview section, or more preferably you need to go to site content and all pages. This will be the page that you need to perhaps bookmark, so that you can visit this site every now and then to see what amount of traffic are you getting on your pages. So this is the page view graph here, right? You can see, and these are all the most popular pages on my site. Okay, so you can see most profitable online businesses. It has got 1843 page views, right? One user can cause multiple page views. Okay, one user, if he comes on my site and visits multiple pages, then those are all his page views. Okay, on average, people are spending 2 minutes 19 seconds on this page. Okay, and much more. You can do further drill downs and all. Okay, I will be coming back to this page in analyzing many things, but for now let me explore more features. You can measure your site speed, that is how long these pages are taking to load in the user's browsers, so that you can see whether there are any pages that are slow when it comes to load speed. Then you can adopt the suggestions that Google makes you. And also site search, what people are searching on your site, using site's search engine. And you have conversions report in case if you are into e-commerce or funneling. So conversions, if you are doing blogging, then this will not be of use for you. Main section is behavior, site content, and all pages. Right here, you need to see what are all your popular pages. Okay, and also you need to determine how long people are staying on your site. These two are the main important metrics. So I can sort this by, say, ascending order by clicking on the column, and it will return me all the pages on which people are hardly staying. Okay, they are spending like 30 seconds, 40 seconds. So here you can see there are many page views that are done by me on the back end, right? Having page views of only one. To filter out all these outlier pages or admin related pages, I can add a filter to only show the pages that have got some good page views. Okay, so I can head over to advanced, and I can include a filter that is site usage. And here's under site usage, I need to add a filter that is page views should be greater than maybe 20 in the last 7 days. Okay, I have added the filter here. So I can apply. After applying, now you have got the real pages on your site, right? That may need optimization because people are hardly spending any time. For example, I have this blog post that I published years ago, and it's getting little page views, and it's getting almost no page views, and also the average time on page is only 19 seconds. 19 seconds people are reading this post, and that's it, they are quitting. And in the last 7 days for Amazon affiliate alternatives, this is a post. So people are spending 33 seconds on this post. So I can maybe go to this post and make necessary optimizations, add in new content, clean out outdated content and optimize this, and again track whether there is any improvement in page views and also the time that people are spending on this content. So this report helps you a lot to determine how people are engaged in each of your blog posts so that you can do the necessary optimization. So please do remember to add the advanced filters so that it will show you the real blog posts, not the admin pages or other outliers. So these are the basics of Google Analytics that you need to keep track of. Again, there are some other reports that you need to consider using as when necessary while optimizing or auditing your site. So those may be quite advanced, and I will be discussing more about them in my other courses.